if you've never done this before and reloaded, it's a 45-70. That goes and then that goes. That's the fun button right there. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to switch it up. It is pouring rain outside, which I just don't understand this Texas weather. You guys seen the previous videos where it's cold, then it gets hot, and then it's cold, and then it's hot. Now it's cold and raining, and we had scheduled to go to the range today, and then it started pouring, and it got muddy out there, and we just, I was like, I'm not about to go tear up the roads or, get all dirty and whatnot. It just doesn't make sense to go out there and get the cameras all jacked up. So we decided to go through the comments and read some of y'all's comments that you have been asking, a bunch of questions as well. And the number one question that we've seen there the most is, which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite? I've never really answered that, just because, like, I don't want to be biased or anything. I don't want people to think that I like a brand more than others, or um, I don't know. I just, I never wanted to do that. I don't want to tell somebody one brand's my favorite and then they go based off of that and you go make a purchase and then you don't like it. I've never done that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick my top 5 for this video, and that's that. And these are my personal favorite, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them and why I like them. And yeah, so we decided to do that. And finally, I know you guys been asking, which are my favorites, and you're going to find out today. But before we get started, I like to give my buddy Clyde a shout out. He did some of the mounts behind me from ducks that we went hunting. And listen, if you don't like that background, I don't know what's wrong with you. I hope I can add more birds to that because, man, I'm ate up with duck hunting and I want to have as many mounts as possible. But let's just kind of get back to it. I'm going to start with number 5 all the way down to number 1. And then I'll kind of explain to you guys a little bit of why it's my favorite. And then, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Sorry it's not at the range, but we'll get back to it. We do have a few pew-pews coming in that we saw at SHOT Show. We'll do a review on them and then tell you what I like and don't like about them. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let's get after it. All right, at number 5. Now, this gun I've had, I want to say for about 6-7 years now, maybe longer than that. And this is a collaboration that I did with BFR, Biggest Finding Revolvers. And this right here, it's a 45-70. Now, this is the Crispy 11B Signature Edition. I can't remember how many of these were made. I think there was like 100 or maybe 50 of them, but they sold out quick. And this was a pretty awesome collab. I was really excited. And when they approached me to do this, and there I was like, well, if we're gonna do something, we got to give this a twist, right? So the company's called Biggest Finest Revolvers, and I was like, BF4. I was like, big fucking revolver. So we put that here on the barrel, as you can see, and then up here it should say, yeah, it's on that side too. It says Crispy 11B Signature Edition, and then on the cylinder has my logo, and it's the same thing on the other side. It has the my logo here, my signature right at the bottom. And dude, it's a 45-70. If you guys know, these right here are known as the bison killer. So back in the day, when Kai was running around and they were chasing bison, the round that was preferred out at the time was the 45-70. And so I was like, when they approached me with this collab, I was like, yeah, we got to do something big. Like, we got to do something big that's just going to be a hand cannon, and people are going to be like, oh, man, I got to get one of those, and I just got to take it out and shoot it. That's what this was. We decided to do a 45-70, and it kind of paid homage to a bunch of different things that I love and enjoy, of my time in the service as well. As you can see here, at the bottom here, it's got a combat infantry badge. It's a CIB. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a badge that infantrymen and only infantrymen can get in the military, and it's when you get one, it means that you were shot at and you shot back at the enemy, and that's how you earn your CIB. So I knew I wanted to add that on there. We got the pearl white grips, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's a hand cannon, and this is one of my favorites. I don't bring it out often. I've shot it maybe 2 or 3 times, and it's got a kick. Like, I mean, I had to hold on to dear life. But this right here is number 5, and it's one of my favorites. I really, really love this thing. Maybe we'll shoot it on a video here soon. Let us know down below. You guys want to see us take it out to the range, but yeah, we'll see. But this is number 5. All right, at number 4, we have a lever action. This is a 30-30 by Henry. If you've never done this before and reload it, I don't know what's wrong with you, but a lever action should definitely be in the top 5 just because the history behind it. This is definitely one of my favorites. It has a bunch of engravings on it. It has a whitetail in the like right here in the middle, and so is on the other side. Then you got the model right here. This is just a classic, right? When you think of the good old days when the cowboys were running around, and you always saw the lever actions and how they were rolling them and bringing them back, that just kind of brings me back to this. But a few years ago, I was at getting a car wash, and it kind of solidified why this has to be on the top 5 for me. And I ran into an older gentleman, and you know what? Before I tell you guys the story, how about I show you the video, because I was able to pull out my phone and just kind of put it on my lap, and I hit record, and I caught the gentleman talking about it. So let's play that right here. Yeah, as you can see, that's why this right here is one of my favorites. Just listening to that gentleman tell his story and why and how he killed that whitetail with a lever action just kind of was like, man, I got to put this on my top 5 favorite guns out there. And not just because of that, but I've actually taken this thing out and I've killed pigs with it. We shot a whitetail doe with it. What else did I shoot with this? I've killed a couple different things when I got on hunting with it. And, it's always like my friends look at me, they're like, you're going to the blind with that? I'm like, heck yeah, I am. Just iron sights, a couple of rounds in there, and hopefully, I'll be able to hit something. And every time I have, uh, now you can throw a scope on this. You definitely can. I just haven't done it because I feel like it pays homage to those before us and those that used to use these guns to go hunting. And I think there's just something about iron sights that you can go out and be like, yeah, that was with iron sights, you know, and it's just kind of bragging rights. So I left it alone, and it's just your classic lever action. And so I figured, because of that story of that gentleman, because of the history behind it, and what I've been able to harvest with this, it needed to make the top 5. So at number 4, we have a 30-30 from Henry. And yeah, this is my number 4. And let me know if you guys have any lever actions at home. I love them so much that the first rifles that I got, my nephews, were Henrys, and they were 22s, and they love those things. I mean, they have them till today, and every time they come and visit, they're like, Uncle, can we take out our lever actions 2022s or 22s? And I'm like, yeah, of course you can take them out. And they get so excited. They get out here, and they're, it's pretty cool to watch them as young as they are, kind of doing that action and shooting, and how comfortable that they've gotten with them, and how great they are at running these lever actions. And I feel like that's something that every kid should experience growing up, is having a lever action 22 as their first rifle. So yeah, let me know if you guys done that with your kids or nephews or anybody, because I'd be curious to know. But yeah, at number 4, we have the Henry 30-30. All right, and at number 3, we have, well, this is actually going to be 2 because it's they come together. We definitely took them out and had them Cerakoted to match each other. But the first one that goes with it, this is an H&K VP9. it's a very iconic pistol. Everybody knows about the H&K VP9. What I really like about this one, it's a little bit different, especially with me in my hands. You know, I always grip a little different. So a lot of the pistols that I have a release button on the side, and if it's an extended one, I tend to hit it sometimes. I'll be dropping mags. Oh, excuse me. I'll be dropping mags without knowing, and I'll be like, ah, dang it. But what I like about the VP9 is that the actual release is right on the trigger. Look at that. You got to push right here, and then it drops. And it's on both sides, so it is ambi. You can do it from this side or that side. So that I show you guys. But yeah, we did a. I took this to my buddy Julius at DEF CON 3. He did the stippling on it, as you can see on the handle. It is stipple, and it gives that extra little bite that I like, that makes me hold it a little better. And then I was like, man, we got to give it a cool freaking Cerakote paint job. And this is what the guys came out with. It's a distressed black, red, and like tan on the top with crispy on the side. And I was like, man, I got to get something special to match this VP9. And at the time, H&K released for the first time or second time. They don't really do it that often, but this time they did, and they released it to the public, and that is the SP5K. This is a PDW, and what I ended up doing is I added a SB tactical brace on it, and then took it to the guys, and they Cerakoted it as well. And DEF CON did the stippling on the handguard and on the grip as well, just to kind of match the VP9, right? So it's like, little sister, big sister type deal thing. They're both chambered in a 9 mil, but I was really excited about this one. And this one was on a higher end. It was pretty pricey, not gonna lie, just for the simple fact that, again, H&K doesn't really release the SP5K to the public. It's been primarily to law enforcement or military. And when they said that they were gonna do it, I was like, I gotta get my hands on one of these. I definitely gotta do it. I put my name on the list, and I was picked and got one. And so I was like, I just can't leave it stock. I got to do something different to this. And so, we did the mods on it, and I did keep it, orange sights on the top, just because I feel like it's such a cool gun, and I got to leave it somewhat original, I guess. But this is number 3 for me. H&K is such a cool company. I love what they stand for. I love their history. If you haven't read a lot in the H&K history, I suggest you do. It's a great, great company, and they produce a great, great weapon. They're up there with all the greats. So this right here, it's one of my favorites for sure. And this took the number 3 spot. So I'm very, 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 very happy with these. I forgot to mention to you guys on this one. You see that? Can you see the liver action there? Oh, that's safe. That goes tut, and then that goes. That's the fun button right there. But yeah, this is my favorite at number 3, and now you see why, because it goes 1, 2, 3. Get it? Anyways, H&K, SP5, H&K VP9 at number 3. All right, at number 2, we have one that you guys see me talk about in the past videos, actually, just when we were at SHOT Show, and it's an FN. And this one is very, very special to me because I've been asking FN, please, please release this to the mortals, to us regular folks. We want it. We need it. I think it's going to be a banger, and that is the FN 15P right here. Oh wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. I meant this one here. This right here is the FN 15P, short for pistol. You get it. It's a 5.56. This is known out there, and we've given it the name of the Baby Scar. And if you don't know what the Scar platform is, that you should definitely do some research, because as I want to say about 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago, Second Ridge Battalion adopted the FN, the Scar, to their unit. And so a lot of the guys are running the regular 5.56, which is the 16, and then you have the 17, which is the 308. That's a Scar heavy, and then the you have the Scar 20S, which is chambered in a 6.5 Creedmoor. This here is a 15P. This is a pistol. It's where this one is actually an SBR now, but this has been my favorite. I knew it needed to be at the top, and this is just my favorite because I've been asking FN every year that I've been going to Shot Shop, like, guys, when are you going to release it? When are you going to release it? When are you going to release it? And when I finally got the email saying that they were going to release it, I was like, yes, put me on the list. I want one. And we just went to Shot Show, and now they're releasing the 15P and a 300 blackout. I'm like, take my money. Take my money, because I'm going to do the exact same thing to that I did to this. I'm going to SBR it. I'm going to put a red dot on it, and I'm going to put a suppressor on it, and we're going to take it pig hunting, because there's no greater round than a 300 blackout to shoot pigs from a Jeep as you're hauling ass and they're running right near you. And that video is coming soon, so let us know if you want to see that. And even if you don't, I'm still going to make the video. So yeah, the 15P is definitely on the top two. I mean, any Scar, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of the Scar. I'm a fan of its functionality, of the things that they've done in the past. They didn't have the non-reciprocating charging handle. It was always coming back. So a lot of guys used to complain about, man, I can't put my hand back here or here, wherever I want, because the charging handle is coming back. And now they made it a non-reciprocating charging handle, meaning you can change. There's a kit, and that means that this little thing here is no longer going to move. It's going to stay in place as all the functions happen in the gun as it's shooting. And so I love that FN listens to their audience. They listen to their customers, and every time that the people ask for something, they make it happen. And this is one that was long overdue, and I'm very, very happy that they made it happen and that they put out the baby Scar, because I've been asking for this for so long, and now that I have it, it's literally always with me. When I'm in the truck, this goes with me. It's always next to my bed at night. Um, it's just one of my favorite things. And if you haven't seen the functionality and how this performs and how this works, I suggest you do. There's a lot of great YouTube videos out there that show, the whole internals and how this works. And it's one of the easiest guns to take apart and clean as well. So at number 2, it's the Scar 15P, and this one's chambered in a 5.56. Now, if you guys stay tuned here, coming up, I want to say in about a month or so, we're going to drop a video of me shooting all of my Scars, starting from the 6.5 Creedmoor all the way down to the 300 Blackout whenever it gets here. So stay tuned for that. But at number 2, we have FN with the 15P.
Nice.
All right, guys. And at number 1, now this has nothing to do with the brand. It has nothing to do with anything that you're gonna go to. I don't even know. Like, I feel like the minute I bring it out, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he chose it because it's that brand," and it's not because of that. Um, a long time ago, 12 years now. Damn, 12 years. Mhm. I had the opportunity to be friends with a great individual. Got the I had the honor to work with him and do stuff with him. And as a token of his appreciation, he gave me this rifle. And he's no longer with us. Unfortunately, he was killed by a coward. And he just happened to give me this rifle. And I've had it ever since. And I keep it in the safe. I really don't shoot as much. I know I probably should, to do it justice, but it just sits in my safe, to be honest with y'all. Like, I really don't shoot it just because it means a lot to me. But this is a PWS that was in collaboration with Craft International. If you don't know who Craft International is, it was a company that was started by a friend of mine named Chris Kyle. And when he gave me this rifle, it was a rifle that I was using just to kind of train people and walk people through and just do stuff with him. And so it was my everyday, just because he gave it to me. But when he passed away, I had it painted in the navy color, and had it Cerakoted. As you can see right here, it's got the Craft International logo, and it sticks out a little bit. That was the Punisher logo that Chris used when he was over at at SEAL Team 3. And then here it says "fair wind and following the seas," which is a common phrase that a lot of Navy SEALs guys use. And then in the back, it's got his last name right here, and the date that he was born, and the date that he was killed by that freaking coward. As you guys can see, I don't have a sight on it because I really don't use it that much, just because, again, it's something that means a lot to me. And I really don't bring it out that often, because every time I bring it out, people are just wanting to ask questions and whatnot. And I just, it's a subject that I don't really touch. I've been approached by a bunch of different people asking me if I want to do a story, if I want to talk about it, if I want to mention what happened that day, if I want to talk about it. They just ask all these questions, and I just don't feel like I'm the person to do it. I always tell them to talk to the family members, because that's who should be telling the story, and that's who should be interviewed. He was a friend of mine. He was a mentor, and the older brother I never had, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to tell anybody any stories, anything. I just don't feel like I'm the person to do that. But when he gave this to me, it meant the world to me. It still does. And it's been in my safe, and I bring it out every once in a while, every blue moon, just to run it and have fun with it, and just kind of remember the good times that we had. And then I put it back in the safe. I clean the crap out of it, and then I put it away, and then that's that. So this right here is my number one, and that's why. It has nothing to do with the brand or anything. Although PWS, it's a great company. They do a lot of amazing stuff. It's just, that's why it makes it number one in my book, is because who gave it to me, the meaning behind it, and yeah. So this is my number one, and it will always be my number one, and yeah. This is very, very special to me, and it means the world to me. And I hope that one day, I don't know, I can pass it on to one of my kids and tell them, like, hey, this is the story, this is how I got it, and you give it to your kid. And so, yeah, this right here, it's my number one, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Those are my top 5 favorite guns that I have in both of my saves. And yeah, they're special in their unique way to me. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let us know what you guys think about it. Drop a comment down below. Guys, thank you so much for always supporting the channel. It's growing, and we're very thankful for every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so that you know when we're dropping our latest videos. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Protect yourself, protect your families. Get out to the range, be proficient with your weapon system, whichever it is. Get out there, train as much as possible. And love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, crispy on.